returns. This is despite being unlicensed. ASIC is handing down what they call warning notices to these so-called finfluencers. They're accused of misleading and deceptive conduct. And the scary thing here is the latest data shows that an estimated 63% of 18 to 28-year-olds are relying on social media for financial information. This is just frightening. Gareth Croy is the founder of private wealth advisory firm Your Future Strategy, I should say, and joins us now. Gareth, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Stephen.
Largely, look, I always revert back to the caveat emptor, buyer beware principle, but this is now getting, if you're talking 63%, that's epidemic proportions.
Yeah, it is. And I think whilst I agree with you, there is a difficulty with people filtering out what is actual proper advice and what is just general information. And so the caveat emptor should apply, but not when you can't distinguish between the two.
There are plenty of licensed people like yourself who do offer. I don't want to say the word advice. But you do appear on social media. But I imagine that you would be reluctant to give out any sort of firm advice via social media.
Yeah, that's right. I think social media has definitely got its place, and we use it as well. And it's great for educating people around concepts. Yeah. So they've got some general information. Where it becomes problematic is where people take that general information and go and action it, where it's not really specific for their own purpose or their own needs. And that's what we're seeing, more people taking action without knowing whether it really applies to their own position.
So the difficulty here is, it'd be well and good to say that everybody who offers financial advice on social media should be licensed, but policing that would be incredibly difficult.
Yeah, well, I guess using platforms that are, out to a larger audience, the difficulty of doing it is that you can't really provide personal advice to people via that platform because everyone's circumstances are different. So it's understanding the difference between general advice. So here's information that doesn't take into account your own specific circumstances, and just general information, which is more about education, just general knowledge about certain concepts.
So what are you calling on ASIC to do specifically? Because they're obviously issuing these warnings, but that's like a slap on, well, not even a slap on the wrist.
Well, for now, and I guess that's the commentary from ASIC, is that these people may not be aware that they're in breach of legislation, and so making them aware that what they're doing is illegal, so they can then consider whether they put it into a general context as opposed to actionable advice that people can follow.
The other issue here is people going to AI chatbots for advice. I use Google AI or Google Gemini or whatever it's called to sort of summarise news stories, etc. And the inaccuracy is just absolutely astounding. So I can only imagine what it's like when you're looking for financial advice.
Yeah, that's right. And again, it's the concern that people are using it for specific advice, where AI is a great tool for getting information, generalising it, and in some cases making it up if there's some gaps. So we're big advocates of using AI for understanding concepts, education, broader market understanding. Where it falls down is being able to come up with strategies, specific plans based on someone's circumstances, because it's just not capable of doing that yet.
So, Gareth, how do you discern whether or not somebody is giving you accurate advice, or if somebody's licensed, etc., just through social media?
Well, you could start by going to the Financial Advisor Register. You can search to see who is authorised to provide financial advice in Australia. If they're not on there, then they aren't authorised and they're unable to provide it, which means they're potentially not qualified to provide the advice. If you go to Money Smart, you can search through that website.
Yeah, it's one of these. I think the Money Smart website is fantastic. There's a lot of great information on there. But obviously there are people like yourself who are licensed financial advisors. That your best option is Google search licensed financial advisor in your area.
Yeah, correct. And there's a number of bodies that also provide that tool to search for a local financial advisor. And the key thing is our role is to interpret your circumstances. So general information is perfect. So there's education, but then getting a licensed advisor to provide you specifics around what works for you based on, what your appetite for risk is, what your age is, how long you've got to invest. All these things is what we take into account.
Gareth, really good to talk to you this morning. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
That's Gareth Croy, the founder of Your Future Strategy. Yeah, just be careful if you're looking for financial advice on social media. You're asking for trouble. 6255 1206.
On 2